Hello, I'm Ron Barber. For some time now, I've been noticing a trend in law enforcement which has pained me very much. It's officer suicides. Over the last 3 years, there have been more officers who have taken their own lives than have been killed in the line of duty. As we record this, the Chicago PD is dealing with 6 officer suicides in a little more than the last 6 months. Something's got to be done to try to help, which is why we are using this e-blast to announce Line of Duty's collaboration with bluehelp.org. But first, let me introduce you to Sergeant Mark DiBona, one of the great coppers. Mark is a 33-year veteran, now retired, whose full-time job with bluehelp.org is to reach out to try to help fellow officers who are hurting. And Mark has been to those dark places, trust me.
One night I had a couple of difficult calls, and I parked in an industrial park, on the side of a building, started really thinking about what's going on in my life, and I wasn't happy. And at that point I wrote a suicide note. On the first page of the suicide note was to the agency and to that certain supervisor that I hate you, blah, 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 on and on and on. And I carried a lot of hate, and I'm not a hateful person. The second page, I flipped it over, and that was a note to my wife and my mom saying that how sorry I am I'm going this way. But suicide is not about dying, it's about stopping the pain. But I just felt that suicide was the best option at this point. Because again, I didn't like my appearance, I didn't like my job performance, I didn't like Mark DiBona. And that just was really, I know it sounds really weird when you say that, but I just did not like me. I just felt like a total failure. So I took the suicide note, and it's really strange. When I got done writing it, I put it in one of those paper plastic holders, took some evidence tape out, and I hung it off my rearview mirror of my cruiser, and took my gun out and put it in my mouth. And when I first I took it out and I said a prayer, and I'm Catholic. Catholics don't believe in suicide. They believe it's damaging the soul and you're going to go to hell. Well, I tried to make a deal with God that I want to go to heaven. I'll work the front gate. I'll be his bodyguard, whatever he needed. And I put the gun back in my mouth, and I put my head back, and I was getting ready to squeeze the trigger, and another cruiser pulled in. And a close friend of mine who since has passed away, Craig McGee, a co-worker that we worked together for years. The greatest thing about Craig McGee was this, is when I made sergeant, he followed me to wherever assignment I went. That's how close of a friendship we had. He was a cop's cop. He was a true brother from the word go. Well, he talked me down. And I told him I'm going to commit suicide. He talked me down. He talked me into getting help. What I consider myself is I'm the player coach. And what I mean is that I went through some mental health issues during my career. For the most part, I was able to overcome them. I still have some bad days. I still have my struggles. However, the player coach is this. The player coach plays with the players. The coach does. So now I feel that I'm out there with the guys and girls that are struggling, and to say, okay, your life can get better by doing these things that may have helped me, that did help me. I'm sorry. And try and lead them down a path of wellness. And the biggest thing I try to tell people is this: it's okay to hurt. Everybody's got demons. Everybody has triggers. It's okay. But unfortunately, in law enforcement, we have we're bulletproof. Nothing hurts us. One of the things I say in my presentation is this: is when I go to work, I wear a bulletproof vest. I carry a gun. I carry a baton. I carry a taser. All that stuff to protect me physically, which is obviously a good thing. But what really protects me up here, it's just me and the guys and girls that we work with. We have to take care of each other.
Now, bluehelp.org is a fantastic new website. It features a 24/7 crisis text line, staffed 24 hours a day by mental health professionals who can and will provide immediate help for officers who are hurting and have mental health issues. Take advantage of this wonderful internet resource.